everybody, and welcome back. I am the Sovereign, and this is my court. If this is your first time in attendance, hello. Please consider hitting the subscribe button before you leave our kingdom. Woo! We are going through a heat wave over here in California. It is hot, hot. I'm talking 110 degrees hot. Like, I am trying not to melt. And at the same time, I'm trying to get the right camera angle so it proves that I am, in fact, not naked. Look at me. I'm sporting a tan and everything. You see the tan lines? Because I have been outside riding motorcycles. If you don't see me on this channel, you definitely will find me on my second channel, the family channel. Don't worry. I'm never going to have more than 2 channels. You can choose this one, both of them. It doesn't matter. Come hang out. You'll find Mama Sovereign over there as well, where we ride motorcycles together and do all types of nonsense and get into shenanigans because, hey, it's summertime, and I hope that you are living your best life while also being safe and using SPF, okay? And also stay hydrated. Like, I'm not trying to lose any of you guys, okay? I can't even believe I'm honestly considering going on a motorcycle ride this evening, and yet I cannot help myself. I am a riding addict. Anyways, we are here because Binibining Pilipinas has come through once again with the women and ladies and looks that we all crave. I was in the Discord about 2 days ago complaining about how much I missed pageants and the swimsuits and the gowns and the crowns, and leave it to the Filipinos to come through with the content we all love. And I know some of you Filipino fans hate to share the spotlight with the other countries. I know some of you really don't like it, even though this court is very diverse and you will be sharing with the rest of the members of the court. I don't want to hear it, okay? We share spotlight time over here. But today, you don't have to. Today, it is all about the Philippines. The Binibining Pilipinas competition has finally kicked off. They have done their national costumes, and just this morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, they competed in swimwear, and I have my list of my top 10 and 15 ladies from the swimwear competition. Now, discussing the competition in general, does the Philippines ever disappoint? No, they don't. No, they don't. And this is why I expect so much from the Philippines, because honestly, you guys are my A student. They are the A student, okay? And I'm going to uphold higher standards for the Philippines because you guys bring me A's. I know that I am kind of the tiger parent of pageant world, but the Philippines is that reliable little girl that always comes through with the A pluses. I will accept nothing less from the Philippines. I will not let you guys slip. I can't, okay? Blame yourselves. You have spoiled me with greatness, and I refuse to allow anything less from the Philippines. I love watching the Philippines competition because I can just feel safe. I don't have to feel the anxiety other competitions give me because their crownings are just. The way they put on productions, I don't really have to worry about too much. The styling is typically very good. Their contestants are always like up there with the best of the best in the world. So I just, this is why I have such high standards, and I don't think many Filipinos understand exactly how much power they have in the pageant community. I've come to realize that some people don't understand the influence of the country and why some people are so hard on them. I feel like I'm gonna have to do a video about that just so everybody understands, because I just feel like some of you fans don't understand the amount of influence you have, but I'll probably save that for a later date. Anyways, talking about the Binibining Pilipinas competition, styling was great. Whoever chose the swimsuits, the designs and everything, phenomenal. I loved the happy yellow color. It was very flattering on everyone. There was one woman who had a different swimsuit than everyone else, and I wish we had gotten to see more variations of the swimsuit designs because I really did like that swimsuit. Honestly, I would wear that. I love the goddess cape accessory. I know some people are over capes and the flowy bits. I like it because, like I said before, it throws off the contestants. A lot of these girls did not know what to do with that fabric. They just don't know what to do with it, and it throws off some competitors. And I'm just like, ladies, if you don't know what to do with it, leave it alone. Like, honestly, a lot of these girls could have benefited from just leaving the damn fabric alone. They're over here throwing it and waving it and flinging it and tossing it, and I'm just, stop throwing things at me, please. They were doing the most unnecessary things, and if you do not know what you are doing, do not attempt it. Attempting something for the first time during competition is a no-no. The other curveball that they threw into this competition were the stairs, and Lord, some of those girls were struggling with those stairs. Oh my goodness. You thought you were a veteran until they made you walk down 2 flights of stairs, didn't they? Some people were very good until they got to those stairs, and you can tell that they were fearful, which I understand. No one wants to fall or trip down the stairs, but a lot of women, if you go back and watch the competition, watch the faces. You know I'm a stickler for faces, okay? You're not about to take Samantha Bernardo's place and not have facial change. I refuse. No. They were coming down those stairs and the face did not change. There was no facial movement. There was no like no transitions, nothing. And I'm just like, lady, it's so weird in any situation where you're speaking to someone or even watching someone and they have no fluctuation in their facial emotions. It is awkward. And there is one particular girl that I know people are going to be like, you didn't put her on the list. And the reason I didn't put her on the list was this specific reason. It's this woman right here. She was great. She honestly was very, very, very good. But if you watch her face, that's what I had a problem with, because her physical technical performance was great. From the neck down, awesome. Neck up, no movement. No facial transition. No, there's just, she's not there. She was using the same smile. Even when you smile, there are different variations of your smile. And she gave me one face, just one. Just one, and she held it. And I was just like, you're killing yourself, girl. You're killing yourself. She's not the only one that had this issue, but I think she's the most standout woman that had this issue because her performance otherwise was so good. But this is the Philippines. You can't afford to mess up. Not here. So I'm really happy with the way they did everything. I'm really happy with the styling. I'm really happy that we got to have it outside in like a water environment. I'm happy that they threw the curveball of the stairs in there with the girls because, like, ladies, learn how to handle stairs. Learn how to handle stairs. I don't know what to tell you. Let's get into my top 15 list. Here and talk about this contestant, Maureen Montaigne. I am aware that she competed in the United States, and some of you on Instagram through my DMs were questioning me if I was keeping an eye on the Binibining Pilipinas contestants before competition. I was. And Maureen was one of those girls that I was keeping my eye on. And I said that to some of you in the DMs. I'm like, she's one to watch. But my one thing with her is I'm watching her performances in different years, and she's still struggling with technical ability even in 2019. And I told some of you that this is one element that if she was going to struggle, she's going to struggle with technical ability, which she did. And that's what kept her from being higher on the list. But her, number one, she's beautiful. She is gorgeous. And I feel like a lot of people are going to get hypnotized by her beauty. It's not going to fly with me, okay? I love a pretty girl. I do. I love a pretty girl. But this is competition. And you get by with skills over here. Skills only. Her facial changes, her facial expressions, her beauty, her styling, magnificent. It's the technique. It's the in-between periods of when she's transitioning from poses that seem a bit wild. And there are women throughout this competition who just have wild arms. They're just like, especially in the stairs element. Oh my gosh, those stairs were killing the girls. They were slaying them. When they're coming down those stairs, they're just waving their arms. They're just throwing their arms. There's no grace, no poise. It's not smooth. And especially when it comes to this darn fabric, see? The curveballs are killing them, where they're just throwing the fabric and waving the arms. And it's like the periods between their poses, they're not sure what to do. And it's not pretty. It's not poised. It's not graceful. Maureen is one woman that is going to struggle with the grace elements of the competition, because once she gets into a pose, she knows what she's doing. But the general technique and cleanliness of the performance is not as present as women that are higher up the list. Now, I know she speaks English well, and I know a lot of you love a woman that can speak English, but once again, from an English speaker, it's not all about that. It's not all about English. She does speak well, and she's very charismatic. I love to see her speak on camera, but in the Philippines, the performance has to be better if you're going to go up against some of these other top dogs. Meiji is one of those women that does not struggle with transitions, posings, walking, confidence, anything. Her performance is clean and I love it. She's one of those women you can really sit back and just enjoy her performance. She's one of those women you just sit back and clap for. Like, from this contestant on upwards, these women really don't have anything wrong with them. There's no flaws. At this point, we're just looking for the people that have the extra sauce, the bits of performance that make them stand out from the rest, because there's nothing wrong with Meiji. She's gorgeous, she's confident, she's given the sex appeal. Like, I could see this contestant doing very well. There's a lot of really good girls in this competition, but she is fighting for a crown. She's a contender. Here is my top 5. I think Karen could use a bit more confidence and be a bit more careful when it comes to the arms. We have a lot of arm issues in this competition. Like, a lot of women do not know what they're doing with their arms and they're kind of just flinging themselves around, and you can't do that in a pageant. Everything matters. But her overall performance is very good, which is why she's up the list. There's just a few elements she could do a bit better. If she could just work on the smoothness and the poise that come in between her poses, those transitions, that would greatly lift up the level of performance that she's giving. Kimberly. I like Kimberly. She is confident. She is sexy. She is not nervous. Like, she seems to really enjoy basking in the glow of attention and the spotlight. And I love to see it. By all means, sis, have the stage. Kimberly seemed to thoroughly enjoy herself up there. Like, I just love when women exude the attitude when it comes to being on stage, because you're on stage and the attention is on you. So when you enjoy it and bask in the glow and you flaunt and flex a little bit in front of us, we love that. Like, and Kimberly was giving all of that. She's gorgeous. But she was giving Samantha. She really was. She was trying to plead her case to take Samantha's spot. And I can say she's making a pretty good case in my book. The only thing that I could really say Kimberly could do better with is the same thing with a lot of women in the competition. Work on the smoothness of the transitions, because there's moments where she'll fling an arm or something, or when she's turning to get into her next pose. That should be timed correctly. Your entire performance should almost feel like a bit of a dance. Everything should flow. Everything should sync very well and mesh together. There should never be points in a performance where a woman has to stop and then like shuffle about and reorganize herself and then get back into a pretty clean pose. Your entire performance should be beautiful. I should be able to hit the pause button on any section of your performance and it should be a beautiful shot. No matter what angle I see you in, whatever angle I watch your performance, anytime I hit the pause button should be gorgeous. If there's spots where your performance is not beautiful, those are the spots to work on. And typically it's gonna be transitions. The moments in time where you drop a pose and you move, or you're getting off of a stage, those should still be very graceful moments and movements. But Kimberly has the attitude, like she has the confidence, she has the beauty, that girl is fun to watch. She's fun to watch, she's fun to look at, she's a contender. Moving on. Graciela is another woman that has the attitude and seems totally comfortable in front of a camera. Can I just, look, I'm not even gonna say it for just this contestant. Filipinas in general, can you do me a favor? Just do me just this small favor, okay? Disown the chin chuck. Please, for my sanity, please disavow the chin chuck. I don't understand why people love the chin chuck. Why are we still doing the chin chuck? There are people just throwing their chins directly into my eyeballs, okay? You are poking me in my eye with your chins, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why. It's so unnecessary. Why is the chin chuck still a thing? I'm just asking. As a pageant fan that loves you, please get rid of the chin chuck. It's ruining some of the performances, because I'll see a woman that is doing so well and she's smiling and she's gorgeous and she just, don't do that, okay? Don't follow in the footsteps of the USA girls, because they've been doing that for so long, and I would appreciate that, like, the United States is not always the best example for everything, okay? And pageants is definitely one of those things. So Graciela, she did do it a couple times with the chin chuck, but her overall performance is really, really good. And the confidence that comes from a lot of the top competitors is really what sets them over the edge, because I'll watch other women and I can tell that they're nervous. They're not changing their face. They're not comfortable. Graciela is very comfortable. Once again, she's one of those women that could benefit from a bit more poise during her performance and maybe a bit more of unique posing and movements to set herself apart. But as a competitor, she's doing really well. I mean, clearly she is. I got her in top 3, so there you go. Justine. First of all, Justine. It's Justine. It was killing me that the announcer was calling her Justin the whole time. I'm like, no, it's Justine. Can I really say anything? No, from the queen of mispronunciations. I'm not really gonna get on them for that, but it was just irking my nerves. I was like, but that's an easy one. It's Justine. Okay, anyways, Justine was that woman that had a swimsuit that was different from everyone else's, but I really liked it. Like, I really liked her style of swimsuit, but beyond that, amazing performance. So she's given it. Justine's given it. I mean, every element of her performance seemed very prepared. Like, she knew what she was doing. She knew her timing. She was comfortable. She was confident, and she knew her angles. She knew her poses. Her walk was smooth. She took her time. Like, that's a performance. Justine gave a performance, and she gave a damn good performance. When you watch her during her performance, you can see the different faces that she shows. She's not just giving one smile or even the same smile. She gives very different expressions, which makes her very captivating to watch. I want to see what she's gonna do next. I want to see what she's going to bring. And it instills confidence in me as a fan that when I watch somebody like this, I know that not only are they a professional, but they're not going to throw something wild or unexpected at me. Like, she's not suddenly going to do a really off-center turn. This is a woman that shows herself as a true competitor and a potential queen. And my number 1 spot goes to number 25, Honey Grace Cartesano. Call me a happy little bumblebee. That is my honey right there. I am buzzing all around the honey right now. Honey's performance was immaculate. Immaculate. There wasn't a point during her performance where I was like, that could have been better. Like, everything that she brought during this competition was on point. She took her time. She seemed happy. Honey, you slayed those stairs, girl. She slayed the stairs unlike nobody's business. She made those stairs bow. Those stairs had to take a bow because she did not seem intimidated by those stairs. And not only that, you can see, go back and watch her performance. Go back and watch her performance. Honey was changing her face on those stairs because a lot of other people, they didn't know what to do while coming down those stairs. It was almost awkward to watch them. They would not change their face. They would not change their body position. They would not change their movement. Honey did all of it. All of the above, everything. Honey's face transitions on the stairs, the way that she was holding out her little goddess sleeves, everything about her performance was great. Honey, I truly appreciate you weren't waving those sleeves around, because stop flinging the sleeves. Stop. Like, it looks like they're just, a lot of the girls look like they're trying to fly away. It looks like you're trying to migrate, and I don't understand where you're trying to go. Just let them flow. You don't even need to touch that. We'll get into the sleeves more because I want to talk about Honey, but Honey was amazing. Honey was amazing. She was so graceful and gentle. Her performance on the platform when she gave that final face and kind of tilted her head, it was so endearing. Like, if the competition ended right now, crowns are going to Honey and Justine for sure. For sure, I would give crowns to Honey and Justine. Now, have we seen them in evening gown? No. I do not know how these women speak. So a lot of things can happen before anybody gets a crown. But Honey right now is definitely number 1, not to say that she can't be overtaken. There's a lot of time left in competition. Those sleeves though, can we talk about more of those sleeves? Just for a second, I need to talk more of those sleeves. Put them down. Put them down. Why do people feel the need to touch everything? Why can't just let them flow? Let them move with the wind. Why are you accentuating something that we already see is there? When you throw or toss or whip a cape, a sarong, any long type of fabric on stage, think of that as an exclamation point, okay? If you are going to write a paragraph, do you want exclamation points all over the place at the end of every sentence? No, you don't, because then it's too much. It's just too much. Those are to be used sparingly, okay? Those moments, if you are gonna fling a piece of fabric, do it once. Do it at the most important moments of your performance, and that's the only time you should be touching that fabric. It is meant to accentuate a very specific, important part of your performance. If you are flinging and tossing and throwing sleeves the entire way, it's distracting and damn near annoying. So I'm just pleading just leave the sleeves alone. Leave the fabrics alone. Let them glide. Let them swim in the air. Let them bask around you. Like, it's not necessary all the time to have your hands on the capes, on the fabrics, on the sarongs. Leave it alone. Okay, done complaining. I think I'm all right now. This was not the easiest list to make. I went back and remade it 3 times and compared and contrasted different women to other women and shuffled up a few spots. And like I said, this is very early on in their competition. So of course, my list is going to change, especially if any of the diehard competitors feel like they could do better, or they see my list or other fans' lists. If they see they're not being ranked towards the top, they're going to find ways to get better, which they should as competitors. If people are not raving about you in their top 5 or in the #1 spot, there's probably a few things that you can do better. And I know Filipinos are dedicated, and the Filipino community in general, y'all are competitive. So I'm sure the ladies are going to check out who they feel are top contenders and find ways to do better. So my list inevitably should be changing, especially when it comes to evening gown, because we know how Filipinas throw down when it comes to that element of competition, and I highly look forward to seeing it. In the comment section below, let me know what you think about Binibining Pilipinas 2021. Who is your top 10 and top 5 competitors? Are there things about certain women that you don't know that I may not be privy to? Remember, I'm an American, and I do not know everything that goes down in the Philippines and who's a favorite and who's not. I just make my list based on performance. I'm sorry, some of you getting your fifis about that, but over here it's performance-based. I don't care about who's the political favorite or whatever. I give the girls what they deserve, and they deserve the world. Yes, girls, I love to see it. Put your comments in the comments section below. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up, and remember, if this is your first time here, or maybe you've forgotten, please consider sticking around. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because some people get very upset if they are not notified to new videos, because I have been posting videos. I've been posting videos. We just talked about like crowns and stuff, and some of you missed it and you're mad at me, and I'm like, it's not my fault. I've been posting. You haven't been a part of the notification squad. So hit the bell icon, make sure all is checked, not personalized. It has to say all, or you're missing stuff, and that's not on me. Don't get mad at me, okay? Make sure everything is checked, clicked, and then you will be notified of all the next uploads to come. I love you, and I will miss you, but you know I'm going to be back in a future video. Bye!